Welcome, welcome back to this channel. This is Unfiltered Forex with me, Clement, and in this video, I'll be talking about Tesla earnings. So, Tesla is scheduled to report the Q4 earnings on January 22nd, that's tomorrow, and let's see what we're expecting. So, first, we have to check the production and delivery numbers. Tesla vehicle production and deliveries and date for, so it was released in January 2nd, and vehicle deliveries grew 38% year over year to 1.81 million. Production grew 35% year over year to 1.85 million, and they delivered 484 vehicles out of 495 produced. So, yeah, these are the numbers. If you want to check, I'll leave the link in the description. Just type Tesla IR, go to the investor relations website. The data is here. So let's go to the Q3 earnings to check the numbers that raised eyebrows during that earnings report, and then we have to relate that to what we're expecting now. Tesla. So the numbers that really shocked the market was, of course, the revenues are good. The problem came with the margin and the profits. You can see on a year-over-year basis, the profit margins are reduced to by 22%. That's big, and that's bad mostly. Yeah. Also, gross profit margins reduced by 7%. Yeah, this is just 7% on a year-over-year basis. Operating margins 9%, almost 10%. Income from operations 52% decline. Yeah. So the reason why these profit margins are declining is because of the price cuts Tesla has. Or last year, especially end of last year, there were a lot of price cuts being announced, and the reason was, of course, to stimulate demand. Tesla cars, they're expensive, and they started like making them slightly less expensive because with all the tightening that the Fed has been doing, it's really affecting their business. Price cuts they came into play, and as you can see, as you have seen, the number of cars delivered, yeah, they did do good in terms of the numbers, but the profit margins are declining. Revenues, total automotive revenues grew 5%, not too bad, and yeah, so that was it. So let's now look at the Q&A, what you're expecting and what people are expecting to see in the Tesla earnings call. Tesla Q4 2023 earnings Q&A, January 25th, 2024, 1:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay, this is no East African time. Yeah, this is the scheduled. Okay, these are the This is the Q&A of the questions that will likely be addressed in the earnings call, and yeah, these are some of them. Let's click this out first. Yeah, these are the top questions. As you can see, the number of votes and number of shares represented. This is the top question. Given that you moved the start of the next generation compact vehicles production to Austin, has the timeline improved so that we might see next generation platform vehicles in 2025? Of course, this question to do with timelines, it's not exactly the best because, yeah, as you know, when it comes to timelines with Elon Musk and just Tesla in general, they promise, they overpromise. Yeah, they say like the Cybertruck. When was the Cybertruck? Cybertruck was first announced like 5 6 years ago, and this year is when the deliveries have started coming. After they keep telling us next year is when the Cybertruck is coming. Next year is when the Cybertruck is coming. Next year. Now the productions are finally happening and deliveries. So that's a question that um, yeah is really you can expect a kind of answer that's not so good, not so satisfactory. Okay, it's going to hype the markets, but it's very likely to be a lie. Another question that is yeah, what's your expectation? This is to do with batteries. You can kind of ignore it if because this matters about batteries are not very conversant with most people. So, what is your expectation for automotive gross margins, excluding regulatory credits for the full year? Automotive gross margin. So, you can see this is a very popular topic because the gross margins, the profit margins have been declining with all the price cuts. And yeah, we're being asked how far do they think the profit margins are going to decline? Because, well, production costs are increasing, operating and the product margins, okay, the profit margins are kind of decreasing. So it's not a very good sight. There's a question I'd like to see answered, and then let's go to Cybertruck. How many Cybertruck orders are in the queue, and when do you anticipate you will be able to fulfill all existing orders? So yeah, as you can see, this question is quite popular, has lots of votes, and 2.8 shares represented. How many Cybertruck orders are in the queue? This is big in time in trying to give a number to the demand of Cybertruck deliveries that's out there, and in general, just to get a good picture of if the hype has materialized into demands for the Cybertruck, and also when they expect that they'll be able to finish all the existing orders. This is also very important to know when all the orders are going to come through. Again, this question, just like the first one, is to do with the timelines, and you're very likely to be lied to because this is Tesla. They don't always say the truth about the timelines because, yeah, unforeseeable circumstances really do affect the scheduled timelines. So, yeah, that's it for this one. Fading EV demand, a series of price cuts in key markets, and comments from CEO Elon Musk suggesting a shift in focus towards developing the group's AI potential have combined as significant headwinds for the world's most valuable car maker. Even a record fourth quarter delivery tally of just under 485K new vehicles, as well as the launch of its long delayed Cybertruck, hasn't been able to arrest the stock's recent slump, which has looped more than $235 billion from Tesla's market value over the past 6 months. So, if you remember, just very recently, yeah, Elon Musk said he's uncomfortable growing Tesla to be a leader in AI and robotics without having 25% voting rights. Unless in that case, I would prefer to build products outside of Tesla. Note, he currently holds 12.9% stake. So he wants to double the stake he has in Tesla. He wants to double his ownership in Tesla for him to be able to take Tesla to the next level, to be a leader in AI and robotics. And yeah, so it's really weird when such guy makes such comments, such a guy when makes such comments because it really sends it really scares investors because no one wants to invest in an unstable company. No one wants to invest in a company where there is one guy who holds the majority of the voting rights and that one guy is the owner. It's not really good for the investors side, so that's why the stock has been slumping for a while. In fact, let's look at the chart. Yeah, you can see the Tesla stock has been declining for some time now, since late December. And earlier when he made those comments, when Elon Musk said that thing about owning 25% of the company, yeah, the share price has slumped further to now the lower 200s. We're at 208 currently, and yeah, it's expecting that this thing is going to fall first to 196 level and also probably going to fall further. So if we just draw some lines here, yeah, if you just draw some lines here to give you a perspective of what's likely going to happen in the to the share price for the coming couple of months, this is how it's looking. We're coming off at a breakout. There was a breakout here to the 260 to almost hitting 270s. Then now we're slumping, and the first resistance, okay, the first support is at 100, 200, 198 level here, and then if that breaks, of course you're going to see price fall further to the 160s, 150s level. Of course, it's not it's not impossible, especially given the kind of guy Elon Musk is and how he addresses things in a very open manner, how he's a free spirit. It's really going to dent the stock price of this company. So this is just a wait and see kind of thing, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Yeah, as expected, yeah, Tesla is likely to beat the revenues, to beat the EPS earnings, and yeah. But when it comes to the profit margins, we're all waiting to see by how far will the profit margins have declined. So otherwise, that's it for this video. I hope you have learned something new.